from this whole system is that rear triangle. And it's a good concept if you're ever taking the back with that chair sit in general, is if you can kind of be up higher and jump that arm, you could set up that rear triangle and bypass the whole hand fight. I gotta beat both arms and do all that bullshit to get a rear naked choke. Just use the triangle, stronger anyways, right? So we'll go back to that Kimura position. We got our takedown from wherever. We hit here. He stays flat or he kind of shrimps away from me, either one. All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna switch my hips to the top. And I wanna make sure I get a good chest to chest connection here so that I can maintain this pin. So we're gonna rotate. Actually, you know what? Stay where you are. Let's just do it the other arm. All right, so finishing mechanics on the Kimura from the top is gonna be like so. Most guys are gonna join their hands, right? So I have to figure out a way to get his wrist to the ground. Once I'm here and I lock my hands, just forcing this to the ground is gonna be tough if they're of similar size and strength, right? If you're bigger, yeah, you can bully them, but it's gonna be hard to do. So a good option here is you're gonna kind of look this way and you're gonna drop your hip on their face. Hips, ribs, right there, like right on his face. So you can see their hands, right? Now I got a couple options. I could grab his wrist, and I'm gonna use my elbow to pop that grip open. And then I can regather my Kimura grip. So he's tight. I can just kind of palm against that wrist, and then I just drag my elbow into the lock of his hands so that I'm breaking open the lock itself. And then I pin the arm to the ground. Another way is I reach over and I throttle his wrist. I'm twisting his forearm towards me like a motorcycle throttle, this way. That makes it so that this palm is facing down and this palm is facing down, this palm is facing up like this, right? So now I'm pulling away from the strength of his grip. If he joins his hands the other way, when I do that, that's gonna put him in a stronger position. So I have to observe which way his hands are locked. If his hands are locked this way, that's where I'm gonna do this guy. If his hands are locked this way, throttle him towards you and to the ground, okay? Once we're at the ground, if I've already throttled, keep it. If I haven't and I just went here, all I'm gonna do is grab this forearm so that I can make the adjustment and throttle that arm. I want his palm facing that way. That's gonna take a bunch of the slack out of his arm for when I go for this lock. Next, you've seen everybody do it like this. It works. It's not the tightest it can be, and you're probably not gonna be able to break an arm with it. So pull everything into his armpit. It's throttled and it's in his armpit. I drop my hips, I face him, and I start to lift his shoulder. Depending on flexibility here, I may need to get my left leg involved. I may not. As long as I have a tight throttle and everything's real tight and I bring this elbow real high, it should be very minimal movement there to get that finish. That's why I don't like, a lot of people teach this way. Step over the head and go here, right? And that's fine, it's a strong break. But you're stepping over the head to control posture and pull his head away because there's so much slack in this arm. I've taken no weight off of him. You've heard me say it. If you move it more than an inch, it starts getting tough to break. If you can get a tap within an inch of movement, you can break that limb. So we'll do it one more time just from the top with your hands joined. We've landed, I've switched my hips, I've got on top. I drop my hips into his face and I turn his face either away or towards me. It doesn't matter, I just wanna make sure I'm cross-facing him with my hip. Which way are his hands locked? His palm is facing that way. Throttle to the ground. His palm is facing the other way. Elbow comes in, forces it to the ground, and then I lock. Now, to go about my finish, I get my throttle grip, everything comes in tight, I switch my hips back, pull everything into his armpit, lift his shoulder. Tight. Yeah. And that is how you break somebody's shoulder. Full on, you can catastrophically spiral break the humerus there. Like that's where the worst arm breaks come in all of grappling, is that particular set. So try that finish, and then we'll have some time. I'll probably show you the power scissor next. That's a fun finish. 1, 2.